Hey guys, it's Wade from Wade's Movie World. Got some movie news to share with you. This article came out actually a day ago, and found it today, and I thought I would share it with you because some of you may not know about this, and this is very interesting, and it could make for some maybe possibly new material for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And so I will share with you what I have found. This is coming from the Russo brothers, who, of course, directed Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, and he also directed Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. So this article is coming from, let's see, by Matt Joseph, and this is on wegotThiscovered.com. So this is what the whole gist of it is. Anthony and Joe Russo have said on few occasions that they would be interested in exploring what Steve Rogers did when he went back in time to put the Infinity Stones back where they belong, and explore what happened since he didn't come back through time right away, and since he went out and lived his life with Peggy Carter. Could there be a story in there? And they're thinking that possibly there can be a story, and they are intrigued at possibly doing a fourth Captain America story revolving around Captain America, Steve Rogers. So now Chris Evans, so far that I've seen, has not said anything on the matter, whether if this was to come to pass, if he'd be willing to do Captain America again for a fourth time, or for a fourth outing in a solo Captain America film. But it's something that the Russo brothers have expressed interest in maybe exploring down the road somewhere. So it says, speaking on recent Empire spoiler podcast, the Russo brothers hinted at that Cap might one day return to the big screen. And this is what they were quoted with saying. So this, what I'm about to read, is what the Russo brothers are saying. What's interesting about it, and savvy people may come to ask, is how old Cap is in this timeline at the end of the movie. That is an interesting story, isn't it? Joe asked. Joe also brought up a question that we're not going to answer. Anthony Russo said, with a laugh, that could be a story for another time. So then, when asked for further details on Cap's age and how the timeline works, Joe was quoted with saying the following: well, it's something that will be explained perhaps at one point. Continuing on, Anthony explained, in order for that to be old Cap appearing in the present timeline now, according to the rules of the movie that we set out, there's some missing story that obviously we're not getting in the film. He explained, we don't really want to delve into that missing story right here. The great thing about the MCU is that anything that doesn't show up on screen, anything that doesn't become text, is fodder for further storytelling. And then finally, when asked once again if we could perhaps see what happens to Steve in the other timeline one day, the director said, it's a long story, but it's a story for another time. And of course, that's not confirming anything from the brothers, but they have expressed interest in maybe exploring Steve Rogers in the timeline where he went and lived his life out with Peggy, and then at the end of Avengers Endgame we see him as an old man, and then he gives the Captain America shield and passes it on to Falcon Sam. The rest of the article says this. It says, of course, none of this is confirmation that we will indeed see more of Steve Rogers' Captain America, but Joe was asked about it once again during the MTV Movie Awards just the other night, and though he wouldn't confirm or deny anything, his answer definitely hints that him and his brother may not be done with the Captain America character Steve Rogers just yet. Okay, so this is all up for speculation. Again, nothing's confirmed. Chris Evans himself hasn't even thrown anything out there as to whether he'd be willing to come back for one more solo outing as Captain America. So, what are your thoughts on that? For me personally, I thought they wrapped Captain America up real nicely in at the end of Endgame, but it would be interesting to explore, what happened in the new timeline since he got to go back and live his life out with Peggy. Was he Captain America in that timeline, or did he just have the shield and say, once he got to old age and got back to the present time, just have it and say, here, Sam, here's the shield. You're the new Captain America. I would be all out for a fourth Captain America solo movie. I love Captain America. I think Chris Evans portrayed him very, very well in all the films. I loved all the Captain America films. Captain America Civil War was, and someone said this in this article in a part that I didn't read, it was more of an Avengers film. It wasn't really Captain America by himself. It was just, another Avengers film. But I mean, it still revolved around the Captain America story. So I'm all for it. I mean, if they're willing to write a good script and get a good package together and get Chris Evans to come back and get I can't think of the actress name at the moment, who played Peggy Carter, get her to come back. I'm all for it. There's one thing that bothered me that was not explained in Infinity War and in Endgame. It's something that has always bothered me. What happened to? I mean, we know eventually where Red Skull ends up, but I mean, how did he get there? I mean, I would like to see him and Cap kind of go at it again, and Cap have another shot at defeating him, because we know he ends up on Vormir, where the Soul Stone is. So, but yeah, a fourth movie, I'm all for it. If they can get a great script together, get great actors together, and tell an awesome story of Steve Rogers in that timeline, I'm all for it. I say Captain America 4. Maybe this could be a new part of the new MCU, since after Spider-Man Far From Home we'll kind of wrap it all up. This whole entire first series of movies, if that would be one to be in the new series, I'm all for it. Let's go. So, but I'm also anxious to see what they're going to do with Sam as the new Captain America. Are they going to do anything new with Bucky? What's going to happen with Thor and the Guardians? I'm really excited that we're finally going to get a standalone Black Widow film. That's the one I'm really excited about. But we kind of know his origins, but I'd kind of like to go a little bit further back. And I would like to see the origins of Nick Fury. So I've been wanting a Fury movie for a long time, and we've never gotten one. But yeah, just some Captain America news that came down yesterday. Nothing's confirmed, as I said again, but I'm all for it, and I'm anxious to see what the new MCU is going to be for this next series of movies. I'm ready to go. But I'm also ready for Spider-Man Far From Home as well. But anyway, text me or message me or comment or email me y'all's thoughts on this news. I think it's awesome, to be honest with you. And like I said, I'm a big fan of Captain America, as you can probably tell. So, but anyway, that's all I have for tonight, guys. Please be sure, before you see the end of this video, please like, subscribe, and share my videos. And I will see you all in the next video. Until then, so long.